Professional education blessings. 1. Which of the following is true of the teaching profession? Noblest profession. 2. It is responsibility of every teacher to undergo annual medical checkup in the interest of the Roman numeral 1. Teacher, 2. School and community, 3. Learner. The answer is all. 3. Teacher Bianca told her students, "Look, class, you are made in such a way that your ear is above your heart." Which statement logically follows? Answer: your emotions should be controlled by your reason. 4. Teacher Elena stopped giving group work after she observed group members leave the work to group leaders. What specific principles of learning should urge Teacher Elena to revive and guide students on group activities? Answer: learning is a collaborative process. Which instructional activities may serve to reflect the teacher's philosophy in teaching? 1. Setting of learning outcomes, 2. Choices of teaching methods, and 3. Engaging in routine activities. Answer: 1 and 2. Setting of learning outcomes and engaging in routine activities reflect the teacher's philosophy in teaching. 6. Which of the following planned routine activity can teacher Jean effectively apply in order to enrich her literature lesson on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet? Enrich. Answer: viewing a related film. 7. Which of the following best implements research-based learning? Answer: information data gathering. 8. These are issues discussed in a global classroom, but not to include 1. Climate changes, 2. National heroes, 3. Cultural diversity, and 4. Sustainable development goals. Answer: national heroes. So not to include national heroes in a global classroom. 9. Who is excluded in the definition of professional teacher in the Code of Ethics? Answer: the librarian. 10. In the problem-solving method of teaching, which is the primary role of the teacher? Answer: clarifier. Clarifier. 11. Which is understood by an eye wink, simple nodding of a head, or wave of a hand? Answer: to monitor one's own behavior. To monitor one's own behavior. It is understood by an eye wink, simple nodding of a head, or wave of a hand. In what situations may, as the teacher, not repeat a question? Answer: when an inattentive student fails to get the question. 13. How are books, magazines, journals, and manuals classified? A. Print materials, B. Supplementary media, C. Audiovisuals, D. Atlas. Answer: print materials. 14. Which of the following is an acceptable initiative conducive to the teachers making a difference in the achievement of new generations of the country's youth? 14. One more. Which of the following is an acceptable initiative conducive to the teachers making a difference in the achievement of new generations of the country's youth? A. Greatest prestige in the community, B. Wearing of distinctive teacher's uniform, C. Highest pay in the country, D. Quality teacher preparation. Answer: quality teacher preparation. 15. In introducing a new lesson, what is important to consider by way of lesson continuity? Answer: relate new ideas to past lesson. 16. For meaningful teaching, boundaries among disciplines should be lesser, and so a topic must be a target from multi-perspective. Which among teaching approach should be used then? Answer: integration. 17. A teacher discovers that a product of a certain bottling company brings about damage to teeth. Much as he wants to share the product of his research, he could not because of harassment from all sides. Which teacher's right is violated? Answer: academic freedom. 18. When teachers are convinced that it is best to teach students the skill to adapt to change, since change is the only thing permanent in this world, they subscribe to the philosophy A. Existentialism, B. Pragmatism, C. Idealism, D. Realism. The answer here is existentialism. 19. Education in human rights starts with respect towards the other. Answer: respect towards the other. Education in human rights starts with respect towards the other. 20. Owing to issues in friendship, family ties, gender rights, etc., it is a value-rich subject that provides a wide opportunity for value formation of learners. Answer: social science. So, not Islamic studies, not English, not Filipino, it's social science. 21. In doing research, what will support a conclusion of a study so that it can be a valid and trust? Answer: factual evidence. 22. One cognitive advancement in adolescence is metacognition. What does metacognition mean? Answer: ability to identify one's own thinking process and strategies. 23. Teacher Marie wants to evaluate an issue by having the group act out of jury trial. Which techniques will she employ? A. Majority rule decision making, B. Simulation, C. Critiquing, D. Panel. Answer: B. Simulation. 24. Teacher Karen delegates some of her responsibilities to the whole class. She assigns separate student monitors for attendance, classroom cleaning, and distribution of learning materials. In which aspect is she good? Answer: classroom management. 25. Which is not a characteristic behavior of teachers who equate true authority with power? So not. A. They provoke others, B. They dominate others, C. They antagonize others, D. They develop self-respect in the individual. Answer: they develop self-respect in the individual. 26. Which literacy is referred as a core skill in the 21st century, essential in developing the ability to work well with others by tapping on each other's talents and skills? Answer: creativity. Creativity. 27. What I hear, I forgot. What I see, I remember. What I do, I understand. This means that pupils learn best when they Answer: take active part in the learning process. 28. What special learning program aids students who can't read? Answer: reading program. 29. Teacher Rina was assigned by her peer teacher to make a PowerPoint presentation to a large combined class for a research paper of the drug use menace in schools. What seating pattern can be adopted effectively? Answer: traditional formal pattern. 30. Which country issues a teacher's license through the Professional Regulation Commission? Answer: Philippines. 31. Through what are the vision mission goals of schools concretized in the day-to-day life in the school? Through what are the vision mission goals of schools concretized in the day-to-day life in the school? Answer: instructional activities. Instructional activities. 32. Which of the ASEAN member countries gives highest teacher salary? Answer: Singapore. Singapore. 33. According to the Global Teacher Status Index, what country have the teachers the greatest respect from students? Answer: China. China. 34. What does a philosophy of education provide for the school agenda and those benefit from educational work? What does a philosophy of education provide for the school agenda and those benefit from educational work? Answer: values. Values. 35. The concept of globalization came about in recent years because the world has become borderless, primarily due to A. Advance in technology, B. Teacher exchange programs, C. Use of English as a medium of teaching, and D. ASEAN integration. Answer: advanced technology. Concept of globalization came about because the world has become borderless primarily due to advanced technology. Teacher Dada's lesson was on what can you do to arrest climate change. She made students do the talking, the arguing, the synthesizing. She gave her lecturette after students have participated in lively discussion. Which teaching approach did Teacher Dada employ? Answer: learner-centered approach. 37. You are required to formulate your own philosophy of education in the course, The Teaching Profession. Based on Bloom's revised taxonomy, in which level of cognitive processing are you? Okay, let's first enumerate the 4 kinds. We have, of course, we have 3, but we have all in all 4. Cognitive, affective, psychomotor. Can you give me the mnemonics for Bloom's taxonomy? Casey Apanse. Anderson or Bloom's revised taxonomy. Are you a panic? Affective, res voc. Psychomotor, PSG Macau. So for 37, Bloom's revised taxonomy, the answer is creating. That is the highest in the Bloom's revised taxonomy. 38. Teacher Beth avoids giving out-of-context drills. Instead, she makes use of real-world problems for her students to solve. One more time. Teacher Beth avoids going out of context drills. Instead, she makes use of real-world problems for her students to solve. Doing so makes Teacher Beth A. reflective, B. constructive, C. developmentally appropriate, C. inquiry-based. The answer is inquiry-based. Inquiry-based. 39. For meaningful teaching and learning, it is best to connect the lesson to the life of students by integrating a relevant value in the lesson. Which principle is applied? They highlighted 2 answers. One is A. Lesson objectives or intended learning outcomes must integrate 2 or 3 domains, cognitive, skill, and affective, or cognitive and affective or skill and affective. And B, write SMART lesson objectives intended learning outcomes. 40. It is less interactive and requires a relatively shorter period of time cover content. Which teaching method is described? So you don't have enough time. What teaching method is described? Answer, deductive. Deductive. 41. If a child was raised by authoritative parents, how will most likely will he or she behave in class? Authoritative means commanding and self-confident, likely to be respected and obeyed. Authoritative is very good, is a good word. Again, what does authoritative mean? Commanding and self-confident, respected and obeyed. So the child will most likely relates well to classmates. Relates well to classmates. 42. A question is raised by one student. You don't answer it, but throw back the question to the class. Which is this reacting behavior? Which is this reacting behavior? A, providing corrective feedback. B, redirecting the question. C, soliciting students' questions. D, asking follow-up questions. The best answer here will be redirecting the question, but they answered providing corrective feedback. 43. Teacher Rose believes that students need not know the intended learning outcome of her lesson. She proceeds to her learning activities at once without letting them know what they are supposed to learn for the day. Which principle of learning does Teacher Rose negate? Answer, effective learning begins with setting clear expectations and learning outcomes. 44. The subject matter is the ASEAN Qualification Framework, or AQRF. The Asian history teacher teams up with the economics teacher, the prof and teacher for a thorough discussion of AQRF from the perspective of other disciplines, which describes the Asian history teacher's pedagogical approach. Asian history. Answer, integrated. Integrated. 45. In order for the students to clearly understand the structure and content of the teacher's presentation, the teacher should have, answer, a short preview. A short preview. 46. As a future teacher, one should be mindful that the learners in the 21st century are characterized by, answer, initiative and self-direction. Initiative and self-direction. 47. In order to have an effective teaching and learning, there must be an adequate utilization of learning materials. What type of curriculum is this? Answer, curriculum design is always SMART. Should always be SMART. What is SMART? S-M-A-R-T. Specific, measurable, attainable, or achievable, realistic, and results-oriented, and time-bound. 48. Which of the pillars of learning is being described by the phrase unity in diversity? Answer, learning to live together. 49. Teacher Abby demonstrates how to work with a math app that provides practice in adding mixed fractions. The students then work independently with the app to provide them sufficient practice in adding mixed fraction. This shows technology integration with sufficient practice in adding mixed fraction, which is, answer, adoption active. So the teacher demonstrates how to work with a math app. Then the students work independently with the app. Okay, adoption active. And 50, ordinary people consider curriculum as A, a list of subjects. B, courses to complete. C, subjects to undertake. D, all. Answer is all.